if I was a fan coming up to your booth at a Comic-Con somewhere, give me your best 15-second pitch on The Second Shift.
Hey, baby, do you like The Second Shift? It's one of the best books you ever read on the Indies.
This is so going on YouTube.
Oh yeah!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Booth. I am super excited because I get to sit down and spend some time with a good friend of mine, Mr. Scott Lost.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, long time no see.
I know, man. It's been forever. It's been like a year, I think.
Yeah, it has been. I think Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, I think was the last time we actually put eyes on each other.
Mm-hmm, that's right. I was even thinking before that. I was like, I think the last time I saw you in person was when we were putting our Kickstarter together. But that's right. We did see each other at San Diego. So yeah.
Yeah, barely. I mean, briefly, because I don't expect you to remember me out of like a couple 100,000 people.
Oh no, I remember. But yeah, it was like at San Diego. It's obviously it's like, hey man, what are you up to? Okay, hey, you know, blah 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 blah, and then you know the crowd pulls you away and.
Wait, weren't we actually on a panel last year in San Diego?
Did we do a panel? Yeah, we did a panel last year. Yep.
Well, there you go. That's the last time I saw you was on our panel.
Getting older.
Yeah, I know. I keep thinking I need to shave this because there's so much white coming up. But
I hate it. Like it sucks because my family, we gray early.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, beards are in. I could do a sweet like quarantine beard, but then it's so grayed up. And then you got to like just for men's it. And I'm like, it's such a pain in the ass and the upkeep and I'm lazy. So I usually just shave.
Yeah. Well, for the people at home who may not have ever heard of Scott Lost, do me a favor and kind of introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you're about.
I do comic books now, but for 10 years I was a professional wrestler. I was one of the founding members of PWG, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and I stopped in 2010 to pursue my childhood dreams of actually creating comic books and drawing comic books for a living.
Very cool. How hard of a transition was that to go from kicking people's ass to writing people's asses? I don't
know. From I always like in my bios, I always put used to wrestle dudes in spandex. Now I draw dudes in spandex.
Nice, perfect.
And it was a good transition. You know, it's like a lot of wrestling fans or wrestlers were into comic books or are into comic books. And I actually met my writer through wrestling. Mr. Excitement was his pro wrestling name. And he pens under E. Bronson. So, you know, always with the gimmicks. But so I met him through wrestling. It was just like we had tons of stuff in common. Bruce Lee, basketball, comic books, and obviously pro wrestling. So it was just, you know, he was a guy that I bonded with pretty quickly once I got to hang out with him. And turned out to be a fantastic writer. You know, I was so lucky to meet him, you know, in that part of my life. And then he helps me transition into, you know, the second part of my life, which is the comic books.
Nice. So on Behind the Booth, we do this thing where we have a little game, if you want to call it that. So this one, I've been playing around with different names for it, but I'm kind of sticking with performing the panel. And what that is it's kind of we're going to do our best voice acting work based on some of the panels in your book, if you're cool with that. The twist on this, again, if you're game for it, is that we're going to throw our best wrestling impersonation on top of this voice acting.
Let's do it. I got a couple in the pocket. So
a couple in the pocket.
So yeah, I could pull one of them out. I was training myself to be a comic artist since I was a little kid.
Just the drawing and the
to the
learning.
Yeah, man, to the point where I did the art institute for like a year or whatever, but I didn't like people telling me how to draw. Like I was a fucking asshole. So I dropped out of it. I was a art institute dropout when I was in 5th grade. But I wouldn't allow myself to go outside. Like during the summer, we'd have 3 months off. I wouldn't let myself go outside until I finished one page of art because I knew that comic books came out every month. Each comic book was about 22 to 24 pages. So that means I needed to do a page a day. So I was like, okay, then you can't go outside until you do one page of art. So I was training myself at a young age to be in this business.
This cover right here, for whatever reason, this one really drew my eye to it. I don't know what it is about this, but this is everything cool about comic books happens on this cover, and it's just so amazing.
Thanks, man.
Can
Yeah,
you
it was definitely fun to do. I drew this cover after I talked to Sean Galloway, Cheeks. I was picking his brain at a convention, and he was telling me to the look at it differently. Like think outside the box, and think of objects in 3D, stuff like that. And the first 2 issues, I had basically stopped wrestling and was trying to get back into comics. So a lot of the art isn't my best work. And if you pick up the trade, you'll see the progression in the art. Like by issue 3, this issue here, I'm in full swing. Like my brain kind of, it's like click. I was like, oh, there's another level to this. And then so, I start developing from there. And so there's more of a consistent style from 3 on. But yeah, Sean just talking to me at a show kind of inspired me to look at art a little differently. So I really liked this cover. I would do it differently now, but I do like it still.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, and just the stark white cover and this image on it. I mean, this draws my eye. I mean, it's beautiful.
Thank
Great
you, man.
job. I'll let you stew in your juices long enough. Let's do our wrestling promo, and let's do our thing. So,
so I was gonna do Macho Man, but I'm changing it now. I'm doing Dusty.
You can do Dusty.
Yeah, because
All
Macho
right.
Man is painful.
Is it?
It's painful to do for a long period of time. So if you want to do Macho Man, you can do Macho Man.
Okay, all right. I might change mine over to Macho Man just because Oh yeah, it's not perfect, but hey, I have fun with it. So, all right, Scott Losh, are you ready to get busy?
Yes, sir. Always get ready to get busy.
All right. This week, on the next exciting installment of The Second Shift. Rudder Rush.
Wham! Get your paws off of her, you damn dirty ape. Ooh, ah.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad to see you. I thought I'd never.
Get that monkey off your back, baby.
All right, let's radio John and plan the.
Wham! You get hit in the face again, baby. Didn't see that coming. What the what?
Rudder Rush.
New plan, baby. Run. Get a hold of the other. I can't shake him. Time to change tactics. Yoshino! You know what time it is, baby. It's time for the big swing.
Editor's note, Yoshino has the best missile dropkick in the business.
Now you know who the real king of the jungle is, brother. And the crowd goes ape.
Oh, switch! Watch that mouth. Oh, what a rush.
It was still you, baby. You were supposed to be talking still, baby. Oh, come on. Swam. Mommy.
Man, that was... How we're not both working in voice acting right now, I have no clue.
I think this is getting us jobs, bro. I think this episode, people are going to reach out, and they're like, these guys just know what they're doing. They get it.
I think it's obvious at this point, right? So, well, Scott, that was amazing. That was fun. I appreciate you indulging me in my weird, wacky requests. Um, and at this point, I want to throw it over to you. I think we could talk all day long about wrestling and comic books and all this kind of fun stuff, but all good things must come to an end. So I wanted to take this chance. The show is called Behind the Booth for a reason. If I was a fan coming up to your booth at a Comic-Con somewhere, give me your best 15-second pitch on the second shift.
Hey, baby, do you like the second shift? It's one of the best books you ever read on the Indies. So I would pitch the second shift as minimum wage workers during the day, superheroes at night. I used to say minimum wage superheroes, which was super misleading because people would visually get in their mind that they get paid to be superheroes, but they only get paid minimum wage, which is not the book at all. so I changed the pitch line, and if they got a little bit more time, I would say it's four people in a a 3-bedroom apartment. They don't have a Batmobile, they have a beater van that they go around fighting crime in after they get off their day jobs.
All right, same premise, Mr. Scott Lost. Talk me into the Wanderers of Melisande.
All right, super quick elevator pitch. Anthropomorphic dinosaurs versus humans. Slightly longer pitch. 1,000 years in the future, we start colonizing other planets, and we come across the planet Melisande, where the meteor never hit, so the dinosaurs of that world survived and evolved. And it's a battle of it's a story of two dominant species trying to coexist on one planet.
Wow. Yeah. The wonders that come out of your mind, Mr. Scott Lost. All right, buddy. It has been a pleasure.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for taking the time to come on this little show with me, and I've enjoyed every second of it. Like I said, all good things must come to an end. So if you want to give us your best shout out or goodbye, I'll make sure and post all your social media contacts on here so people can get a hold of you.
All right, baby. Make sure you go to accidentalaliens.com for all those comic books. You can look for the second shift. You can look for the Wanderers. You can look for the accidental alien anthologies while you're over there. And you can find me at Twitter or Instagram at Scott Lost, literally at Scott Lost. SCOTCLOST. That's it, baby. That's the whole word. And then you go to facebook.com/Scott Lost. Can you believe it? It's just my name again. So that's what you're gonna do, baby. You're gonna go look for that stuff. It's a combination of the Ladies Man and Dusty Road.
It started to morph a little bit.
It started to morph. Grab your girl by the. All right.
All right, bud. All right. Well, again, thank you very much for coming on, and stay wicked, Mr. Scott Lost.
Yeah.
This is so going on YouTube.
Sorry.
Oh, it's a running spot.
Somebody just crashed your party. Sorry about
has
that.
a family. The ref was distracted. He didn't see it coming.
Oh my God, BG!
That's another accent, wrestling accent I could do is JR. It's the worst.
Yeah. All right, sorry.
Shit, what was I saying? I forgot.